Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad-Bhagavatam, Canto 1st, Chapter 15, Text 25th and 26th. Jalaukasam jale yadvan Mahanto adantyaniya saha Durbalan balino rajan Mahanto balino mitaha. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Translation. O King, as in the ocean, the bigger and stronger aquatics swallow up the smaller and weaker ones, so also the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to lighten the burden of the earth, has engaged the stronger Yadu to kill the weaker and the bigger Yadu to kill the smaller. Purport. In the material world, the struggle for existence and survival of the fittest are laws, because in the material world there is disparity between conditioned souls due to everyone's desire to lord it over the material resources. This very mentality of lording it over the material nature is the root cause of conditioned life. And to give facility to such imitation lords, the illusory energy of the Lord has created a disparity between conditioned living beings by creating the stronger and weaker in every species of life. The mentality of lording it over the material nature and the creation has naturally created a disparity and therefore the law of struggle for existence. In the spiritual world, there is no such disparity, nor is there such a struggle for existence. In the spiritual world, there is no struggle for existence because everyone there exists eternally. There is no disparity because everyone wants to render service to the Supreme Lord, and no one wants to imitate the Lord in becoming the beneficiary. The Lord, being creator of everything, including the living beings, factually is the proprietor and enjoyer of everything that be. But in the material world, by the spell of Maya or illusion, this eternal relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead is forgotten. And so the living being is conditioned under the law of struggle for existence and survival of the fittest. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Hare Krishna. In this chapter, in this verse, Srila Prabhupada is explaining to us the struggle for existence and what is the reason why there is such a struggle. In this verse, Arjuna is informing Yudhishthira how the Yadus, the stronger and the bigger Yadus, actually killed the weaker Yadus in Dwaraka. Like the big aquatics in the ocean, they swallow up the smaller ones. So, and Prabhupada says, this is the law in this world. The big people, strong people, they always try to exploit the smaller and weaker people. And this is called struggle for existence. So we all have experience of this. We can see in this world, there is disparity. There are rich people, there are politically strong people, there are influential people, there are people who are more beautiful than us. Like this, there are people who have more than us, and there are people who have less than us. And those who are stronger, wealthier, or influential, they try to exploit the weaker people. And weaker people always feel very bad about this experience. And almost it looks natural. So Prabhupada is explaining this is the law in the material world. In this material world, it is always going to be like this. And Prabhupada is also explaining what is the reason. The reason is we want to control. We want to lord over. And when I want to control, what do you want to control? You want to control some living entity, some people. And now why will somebody come under your control if they're also equally powerful like you? So you can only control people if they are less than you. So because of this reason, that I have a desire to control and feel happy about it. Right? In our office, we want to be manager, we want to be boss. Why? Because I want to have people under me. I want to feel that happiness of controlling them, telling them that what should happen, what should not happen, how much should happen. So we want to have this experience, enjoy that experience of controlling others. And if you want to control others, you have to be more powerful than them. Otherwise, it is not possible to control. If you want to control the whole country in politics, then you have to get more votes than others. If you get the same number of votes, then you can't control. So that means there is always competition in material world to be the superior, to be the stronger, to be the more influential than others. And nobody likes to be a weaker person. Everybody is trying to occupy that strongest post. Nobody, no areas of life, whether it is student life, it's your working life, it's family life, in your neighbor, everywhere you can notice that people are trying to be the controller. Because if you are not the controller, then you are scared that somebody else will control you, and you really don't know how they will control you and what will be the experience when the others control our life. So because we have a very bad experience of others controlling our life in material world, we ourselves want to be the controller. Because everybody is trying to be the controller, there is competition. And this competition is so cutthroat, and it is extremely unpleasant experience, the competition itself. And Prabhupada is also explaining what is the behavior in the spiritual world. In spiritual world, absolutely there is no such competition. There is no struggle for existence. Because the mentality of the spiritual world is very different from the mentality of the material world. In material world, we want to be the controller. In spiritual world, everybody is so happy for Krishna being the controller. Because Krishna being the controller in the spiritual world, he very nicely takes care of everyone. Everyone. And everyone is happy under the control or under the lordship of Lord Krishna. So nobody is trying to become another lord and trying to compete. So there is no such thing. Why this kind of a competition comes in our life? If you see, every one of us, we are actually competing in our life. Everybody, in somewhere in our life, we are doing competition with somebody. We may not be having competition with the President of America. That is not our competition. Somebody in our life we will be having competition. Why this competition comes in our life? It is because, first of all, we compare ourselves with somebody. Competition comes because of comparison. We do comparison. And our original comparison was with Krishna himself. We compared ourselves with Lord Krishna. I want to be like Lord Krishna. I want to enjoy like Lord Krishna. But unfortunately, our capacity is not equal to Lord Krishna. We cannot enjoy exactly like Lord Krishna. But due to ignorance and illusion called Maya, we are not able to see our level of capacity. Comparison with Lord Krishna is the root cause of competition with Lord Krishna. Now after comparison, you see the difference. When you compare X with Y, we see there is some kind of difference. And we are not happy with that difference. When you see the difference, oh, I don't want this difference. Let's say there is one person, he has got 100 rupees and I've got 10 rupee. And then we compare. Oh, you have 100 rupees, I have 10 rupee. Now what is the difference? 90 rupees is the difference. And you have 90 rupees more than I. So now I don't like this difference. Now I also want to have 100 or more than 100. And then there is competition. This is how the competition starts. So the basis of competition is comparison. In spiritual world, there is no comparison. Nobody does this kind of comparison in the spiritual world. Even though everybody's capacity is actually different. Why is this? Why nobody does comparison? Because in spiritual world, everyone is happy with Krishna's creation. Krishna has created all of us uniquely and differently. He has not created us to be like someone else. He wants us to be like us. He wants you to be like you. He doesn't want you to become someone like. If he wanted you to be like somebody else, then why did he create you? He has already created somebody else. So this comparison is actually an insult to Lord Krishna's creation. When we compare ourselves with someone else and feel bad that I don't have this, I don't have that, we are actually insulting Lord Krishna's creation. Krishna has created everyone perfectly so that everyone can play their role in the larger plan in the spiritual world. There is no scope for comparison because everyone is perfectly created. Everyone is perfectly created. Only out of ignorance, out of illusion, we start comparing ourselves with someone else and start feeling bad about ourselves. Oh, I am not like them. I am not like him. I am not like she. So now I want to become like them. And after comparison, now the competition. Now, what is the meaning of competition? Especially in the material world, competition is, I want to defeat others. Nobody should be like me. Everybody should be below me. Like we teach our children. What do we teach? We tell our child at home, you should get first rank in your class. Only then we are happy and you will be happy. So most of us teach this kind of things to our child. You should get first rank. So the child will learn some very wrong lesson from this kind of a thing. What is that? Oh, for me to be happy in my life, I want to be first. And what is the meaning of I should be first rank or first in my class? It means if there are 50 people in my class, there are 50 children in my class, I have to defeat 49 people to be happy in my life. My happiness is dependent on defeating 49 people. This is what we are teaching. You should be first rank. You should get first rank, or you should be in the first position in your class. So what does it mean? You should defeat remaining 49 people. That means my happiness is always dependent on defeating other people. So what is the child learning? That if I want to be happy, I have to defeat others. So this is what we are teaching. Our happiness is dependent on defeating others. But actually, in reality, in real life, our happiness is never dependent on defeating others. Our happiness is always dependent on cooperating with others. That's the spiritual attitude. That's the spiritual world behavior. In spiritual world, nobody is thinking how to defeat others. In spiritual world, nobody is thinking how I can become first and make everyone below me. How to defeat others. Why spiritual world is called Vaikuntha? Vaikuntha. Kuntha means anxiety, stress, anxiety, so much of this tension in the heart. Vaikuntha means there is no anxiety, there is no stress, there is no competition. It is a place of bliss. It is a place of happiness. It is a place of free from anxiety, competition, and all those things. That is why it is glorified as Vaikuntha. And it is so glorified that we should all go to that place, a place free from stress, anxiety, and all that. Why? Because the attitude of the residents of Vaikuntha is not that how to defeat others. Their attitude is how to cooperate with others. This cooperation mentality is what missing in the materialistic people. So Lord Krishna in the 11th chapter 55th verse says, Nirvairaha sarva bhuteshu. Nirvairaha sarva bhuteshu. With everybody you should become non-envious. You should become non-competitive in your mind. Then you become eligible to come back to Vaikuntha. Because, if you want to join IIT, IIM, or any other premium institute, they will do some entrance exam. They want to check whether you're qualified to take admission in that institute or not. Like that, what is the qualification to enter the spiritual world? The qualification to enter the spiritual world is cooperation. The day I learn cooperation, the day I perfect myself, how to cooperate with others, not how to compete with others, then I become qualified to go and be in the spiritual world. Because the people who are living there, they are not constantly thinking how to compete with others. They are thinking how to cooperate with others. How to cooperate for the larger Krishna's happiness, where everyone have their own share. So when we tell somebody that you should be the first, it means other person cannot be first. They have to be second, they have to be third. So we are constantly, our mentality is how to put others down, how to defeat others. Now what is the result of this kind of thinking? What happens if we are constantly thinking how to defeat others, how to defeat others, how to defeat others in our mind? Can anybody please suggest? If we are constantly thinking like this, what is the consequences of this? You're always in stress. What if others take over my position? Okay. Anything else? Jealousy. Okay. Angry. What else? Okay, tell me, if there is somebody in your life always thinking how to defeat you, would you like to be with such a person? Would you be happy being with being in the company of such a person? Somebody who's thinking how to defeat you, how to defeat you, how to defeat you. Would you be happy being with such person? No, you don't like to be with such people who is thinking how to defeat you, right? That means when you keep thinking how to defeat others, nobody likes to be with you. You may become successful, you may get first rank, first position, but you become lonely because others don't like to be with you. Even if they are with you for whatever reasons, they will also be thinking how to defeat you. So it means I am thinking how to defeat you and you are thinking how to defeat me. So both of us are thinking how to defeat each other. That is why this is called material world. In material world, I am thinking how to destroy you and you are thinking how to destroy me. So both of us are thinking about destruction. We are not thinking about how to improve ourselves. We are not thinking how to benefit others. We are thinking how to destroy each other. That is why in material world, nobody is happy. Because everybody is thinking how to destroy others. Because their assumption is, if I want to be happy, others have to get destroyed. Otherwise, I can't be happy. This is what they call it as competition. And this is what unknowingly we teach our children, we teach our brothers and sisters, we teach our family members and friends, and we create this kind of an atmosphere in the society. And we take great pride in this. And we say, oh, look at this, my child has got first rank. So my child has learned how to defeat others. My child has learned to think how to destroy others for my happiness. And we are very happy about it. So we are actually telling our family members, our children, that you have to learn to think how to destroy others. But what is the spiritual world thinking? The spiritual world thinking is how to cooperate others, how to cooperate with others. Cooperation is different from competition. That is why it is called Vaikuntha, where there is no competition. In fact, there is a competition for cooperation. Who will cooperate more? How to cooperate more? There is a different type of competition for cooperation, not competition for destruction. Please understand, as long as we think my happiness is dependent on others' defeat, others' loss, others' destruction, you can never be peaceful. You can never be happy. Because when you defeat others, others are also thinking how to defeat you whenever the chance comes. Nobody is going to keep quiet. Right? So, this comparison leads to competition. And competition leads to destruction of our life. And the mentality of the spiritual world is, there is no comparison. Everyone realizes that I am unique creation of the Supreme Lord. I am different and I am unique. When two different things are there, there is no question of comparison. You cannot compare fish in the water with a bird in the sky. Both these living entities are unique and different. They have their own unique abilities and they have their different abilities. Their lifestyle is different. Their living conditions are different. We cannot compare these two. You cannot go to a bird and say, oh bird, you're so useless. You don't know how to swim in the water. And then go to the fish and tell the fish, oh, you're so useless. You don't know how to fly in the sky. Why are we comparing the fish to the bird? When you compare the fish with the bird, you definitely feel fish lacks something. Fish doesn't have something. And when you compare the bird with the fish, then you feel that bird does not have something. So this is the material world mentality. In spiritual world, nobody will compare the bird with fish and fish with the bird. They will see how bird is so unique that it can fly in the sky, and how fish is so unique it can swim in the water. And they're happy with that. Because they recognize and respect God's intention behind the creation. The God has some intention behind this kind of creation. I realize, I acknowledge, and I respect the God's creation like that. So others also don't compare, and individual also will not compare oneself with others and feel bad about themselves. We compare ourselves with someone else and feel, oh, my face is not like them. My body is not like them. My education is not like them. There is constant comparison. And because of this comparison, no one is happy. We are thinking, oh, somebody must be happy. Actually, no one is happy. X is comparing with Y is comparing with Z, and Z is comparing with someone else. And there is this beautiful story about this bad comparison. Once, crow, you know the crow, the bird crow? The crow was feeling extremely upset and sad about itself. Look at me, how ugly I am. The crow was thinking that I'm so bad, nobody likes me. And then, the crow saw the swan, the white swan, and it thought in the mind, the swan must be so happy. It is not like me. It is so, white in color. And look at that. The swan, everybody likes to go to the swan. Swan should be so happy. So then the crow goes to the swan and tells the swan, my dear swan, whenever I see you, I feel so happy. And I also feel so bad that I'm not like you. I keep cribbing about it, that my body is not like your body, my color is not like your color. I think you must be the happiest person. Then the swan said, oh no, not at all. Look at my body. I have only one color all over my body. I am always feeling so bad that peacock, look at the peacock, has got so many beautiful colors all over its body. And when I keep seeing myself, I only have one color, that is white color. So I feel, what is the use of having this kind of a body with only one color? If at all I should be happy, then I should become like peacock. So, my dear crow, you're wrong. I'm not happy. I keep feeling bad whenever I see peacock. Then the crow went to peacock and said, my dear peacock, just now I met the swan, and the swan told me that he's not happy because he keeps seeing you and keep comparing with you and feels sorry and bad about its existence. So you must be very happy, right? Look at your body, look at your feathers, look at your fumes, so bright and beautiful colors. And then the peacock said, my dear crow, I'm always feeling sorry. I feel very sad why I have so many colors on my body. I keep thinking, when will I become a crow? Because I've got so many colors and so many all attractive feathers, and somebody keeps coming behind me to kill me, to take away my feathers. So I always look in the sky, look up in the sky, and think how happy these crows are. Nobody is behind them. Look at their freedom. Look at their independence. How happy they are. There's no competition for them. So I always keep praying to God that please give me crow life. So crow is thinking swan is happy. Swan is thinking peacock is happy. Peacock is thinking crow is happy. In this way, no one is happy. Why they are not happy? Because they keep seeing someone else and feeling bad that I am not like them. So this is the mentality in the material world, that keep comparing with others and don't see what you have and keep feeling bad about it. But in the spiritual world, everyone sees what they have. They're very happy about it. They're satisfied with whatever God has given to them, and they're very proud of how God has created them, and they cooperate in God's plan the way they are. So if we want to be happy in our life, first of all, we should learn to be happy with whoever we are, with whatever God has given to us. And however we are, we should learn to accept the God's creation, not resist God's creation. Accept God's creation. Yes, I'm unique. I'm different. This is how God has created me. With this, how do I engage myself in the pleasure of Lord Krishna, in His service? This is the mood and mentality of devotee. The moment we develop this mood, the moment we develop this cooperation mentality, you see your consciousness will evolve, it advance, and you experience spiritual emotions, feelings, that peace of mind, that satisfaction, not material anxiety, struggle for existence, always in stress. Because you got to first position by defeating others. Now you're always worried that somebody else must be planning to defeat me. So now you can't enjoy that first position, because your so-called first position has come at the cost of defeating others. So nobody will keep quiet. They will always be thinking how to defeat you. So there is no happiness. There is only anxiety and stress. So this whole mentality of so-called competition in the material world that keeps telling us that defeat others to be happy. Your happiness is dependent on putting others down, making others look low, making others look small. This can never ever keep us happy. It can only keep us more stressed, more worried, and more anxious. So the spiritual mentality is, first of all, I don't compare myself with anyone else. I'm safe not because I'm strong. I'm safe because Krishna protects me. If Krishna does not protect, even the strongest of the strongest cannot be safe in this world. Manye dhanabhijana rupa tapashrutau jaha. Prahlad Maharaj says this, and he gives a big list. He says, even people with all these things. Manye, Prahlad Maharaj says, I think. Manye dhanabhijana rupa tapashrutau jaha. Teja prabhava bala paurusha buddhi yoga. He says, dhana, you may be very rich person. You can't think, oh, because I'm so rich, I'm safe. Abhijana, so many followers, especially so many followers on social media, everywhere. I go for a political rally, there are huge followers, lakhs and lakhs of them. I think I'm very safe. Manye dana bhijana rupa. I'm so beautiful. Because of my beauty, I think I'm very safe. You see, I apply all makeup and I look very beautiful. I think I'm very safe now. Tapaha, I work very hard. Because of my hard work, I'm safe in this world. Shruta, because of my education, I think I'm very safe. Like this, Prahlad Maharaj says, you can't be safe in this world by keep comparing with others. Oh, I'm more educated than others, so I'm safe. I'm more beautiful than others, so I'm safe. I'm more wealthier than others, so I'm safe. I'm more physically powerful than others, I'm very safe. Your safety is not because you are better than others. That is a material safety. That will disappear in no time because somebody else, this world is created in such a way, Prabhupada says in purport, there will always be somebody who is more than you, bigger than you. The day you see somebody more than you, your peace of mind disappears. Now you are in anxiety. Oh my God, there is one competitor for me now. And now you have to do this competition. The devotee, the spiritual mentality is, I am safe not because I'm better than others. I am safe because Krishna is with me, Krishna protects me, and Krishna accepts me the way I am. You see, in the material world, no, because we are taught people like this, that don't accept the way they are. We don't teach people acceptance. We only teach people competition. We neither accept ourselves the way we are, nor we accept others the way they are. We constantly want people to keep changing. We tell people, you are not enough. You are not enough. You should become something else. You should become something else. Your skin color is not enough. Apply this some cream. Become something else. Your body is not enough. Your education is not enough. We constantly make people think that there is something less in their life. When you keep on thinking there is something missing in me, there is something less in me, something is not sufficient, I'm insufficient, you can never be happy. You can be happy when you think you have enough. Whatever I have, that is enough to serve Krishna. I have enough everything. But what is the material world mentality? The Maya makes you think it is not enough. I have to acquire more. I should be like somebody else. My skin, some people think if I have white skin, I'll be very nice, fair skin. And fair skin people think I should tan my body. Like crow thinks swan is better, swan thinks peacock is better, peacock thinks crow is better. In this way, we are made to think that I am insufficient. There is something less in me. We have to come out of this. And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, that I accept you the way you are. Mamai vamsha jiva loke, you are my part and parcel. You being my part and parcel, you are always dear to me the way you are. Everyone is dear to Krishna, irrespective of how much they have, what they have and what they don't have. There is no need to change anything materially. There is no need to change. This whole business of there's something missing in me, I have to, keep changing myself, it keeps us always in anxiety and stress and make us keep comparing with someone else. So, neither we will be happy with our own self, nor we will make others also happy, because if I am a parent, I keep telling my child, the way you are, I am not happy. Become something else. Look at somebody in your class. Somebody will tell, why you got only 90 marks? What is the highest marks in your class? Oh, 95. Then why you didn't get 95? That means we keep telling our children that I am not happy with you. You should become like someone else. So everybody in our life, they keep thinking that people don't like me, whoever I am. I am supposed to become something else. So this is what we are constantly make others to think, and others will make us also to think like that. If we can teach people, I accept you the way you are. There's no need to change. We are only supposed to change our consciousness, material consciousness to spiritual consciousness, which is our original consciousness. So, this comparison that leads to competition and makes us feel there is something missing in my life is something which is unhealthy, which doesn't make anyone happy. So, if at all we want to be happy, that is possible only when we learn the spiritual consciousness of cooperation. Cooperation. And this cooperation is possible when we elevate our consciousness to spiritual consciousness. And how that we can elevate our consciousness to spiritual consciousness? By constantly being in touch with the spiritual process of chanting the holy names of the Lord. When we chant the holy names of the Lord, our consciousness elevates, it rises up from this nasty material competition, comparison level to cooperation level. The moment you come to cooperation level, you see the world is very different. Actually, if you really want to be successful in your life, even in the material world, you don't need competition mentality. You need cooperation mentality. I remember two examples, materially successful people quoting this. This Henry Ford, who is the founder and the one who started the Ford company, the famous cars that we see, Ford car, he said, I don't know how to make cars. I don't know how to make cars, but I know people who can make cars. Oh, that's not so great. Okay, there might be some people, they know how to make cars. But he said, my talent is I know how to make them make cars for me. That's my talent. how to make those people make cars for me. And it is possible when you cooperate with all those people, they will do that for you. If you keep competing with them, they will not do anything for you. Nobody will do anything for us in this world if you keep competing with them. And then Mr. Ratan Tata, in one of the interviews, he was asked long back, so you're looking for your next successor for Tata groups of companies. So what is that one quality that you're looking for in your next successor? So they were all expecting, so he will know business and he will know this, that. And so Mr. Tata said, I am looking for a person who knows how to take people with him, how to take people with him together in the journey of life. That basically means that you need people who know how to work with others, how to cooperate with others, how to take others with you. Competition teaches you how to be alone. Cooperation teaches you how to be together. In competition, there is no togetherness. Only you exist. Only me, only selfishness in competition. Cooperation teaches how to be together, how everybody can together exist. That's why you look at the nature. When you see this nature around us, what we see? We don't see competition. We see cooperation. We see cooperation in the nature. How everything cooperatively existing in this world. Something in agriculture you can see, something helps something else. The cows, when you take care of the cow will help you in agriculture. And in that agriculture, some other birds and these insects, they get benefited and we get benefited. So we see there is a cooperation in the nature. So when we watch the nature, what we learn is cooperation. This competition is a contaminated consciousness in the material world. And this contaminated consciousness can only keep us stressed, anxious, and worried, not happy, not peaceful. So what we learn from today's this verse is that the material consciousness creates struggle for existence. If you don't want to be in that struggle, if you don't want to be in that struggle or competition, then you have to adopt to spiritual consciousness. Then how do I adopt to the spiritual consciousness? By taking to the spiritual, the most powerful spiritual process which is recommended in Kali Yuga, for Kali Yuga people, to elevate our consciousness. That is Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Namaiva Kevalam. Kalau nasti eva nasti, nasti reva gathir anyatha. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. There is only one way to spiritualize our consciousness, to elevate our consciousness, and that is chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When we chant this mantra, first thing that happens is that we will learn, our consciousness will elevate, and we start seeing that how everyone is actually Amsha of the Lord, part and parcel of the Lord. I don't have to compete with others. Everyone is part and parcel of the Lord. This you are able to see, you will be able to see only when our consciousness rises, when consciousness elevates. Elevation of consciousness should take place. And in Kali Yuga, the only way to elevate our consciousness, there may be so many other processes, there may be so many other things, religion and spiritual, but the most effective, the most powerful is chanting and attentively hearing Hare Krishna mantra. It's so simple but sublime and very effective. That's how when the devotees start chanting Hare Krishna mantra, they can easily practice this Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the principle. The whole world is family. In family, we don't generally do competition with one another. That's the meaning of competition. Family. In family also, if there is competition, then nobody likes to be in that family also. They think how to go away from this place. Outside world there is so much competition. That's why at the end of the day we want to come back to our home where there is no competition. If you come there and there also some competition is there, then people want to run away from the home also. So what is our Vedic literature telling us? Vasudhaiva kutumbakam. Vasudha. Vasudha means the mother earth. Eva kutumbakam. The whole, this earth is one family. If the whole world has to become one family with material consciousness, it is not possible. There will always be competition and the war. There will be so many wars keep going on. One country will be thinking how to destroy another country. But if you want the whole world to become one family, then there has to be cooperation consciousness, which is a spiritual consciousness. And that spiritual consciousness, we will all be naturally able to imbibe and experience by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And if you want to experience this, we have to chant this not once in a while. We have to chant this every day. Repeatedly we have to do. Again we have to do. Every day we have to do. Attentively we have to do. In the association of devotees we have to do. With humility we have to do. And with begging mood to Lord Krishna we have to do. And when we do this, you will experience this different quality of consciousness which is called cooperation, not competition. We'll stop with this. Grantaraj Srimad-Bhagavatam ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.